Hey guys, welcome to the FFP. Today I'm going to teach you how to make my turkey carcass soup. We're going to have it for dinner tonight. It is currently 2 o'clock, so I need to get it on so we can have some soup tonight. I'm going to show you how I make it, and I do this with my chicken carcasses as well. It's super simple, super easy, and completely delicious. So first I start with my big pot that Ben got me from Amazon. If you're interested in getting a pot similar to this, it's linked in my Amazon link below. It is an affiliate account, so it benefits us if you guys buy from there, which supports our channel, which supports us, which supports our family, which supports adventures. So if you want to click that link, we will love you forever. Okay, so first I start off with filling my pot probably about halfway full of water. I took a turkey to a Christmas party this last week. If you want to see that video of me making the turkey, you can check that out, and I will link that below as well. But right now I'm taking the carcass from a turkey that I made, and I'm going to make some soup out of it. So after I get this pot probably halfway full, I will stick the carcass in there, and I just want the water to be barely covering the carcass. It's just to take all that meat off the bone, to get that, to make a really good yummy turkey bone broth, and to make that more flavorful, I add 3 carrots, and I just chop them in half. I just quick washed them. I take about 4 stalks of celery and an onion, and I peeled it and sliced it into 4 cubes. So that just puts some extra flavor into the broth, and then I bring it to a boil, and I'll let it simmer for 2 hours. So I take my turkey out of the pan where it roasted. I don't really care. I baked it with some onion and some celery and carrots before. It's fine if it goes in the broth. It'll just add more flavor, and I'm going to strain all of the chunks and everything out of the broth later on anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to put that in my liquid, and see how there's still quite a bit of water that's needed? I'm going to fill it pretty much to the top. But first I'm going to add my carrots and my celery and my onion, just to add flavor to that water. And I'm just gonna carry it back over to my sink. Just did a grocery pickup this morning, and I have my groceries still on the counter. I did a meal prepping list for this week that I will be sharing with you. If you guys are interested in seeing more of my recipes that I make just throughout the week, comment below. But this one is a tried and true recipe that I definitely recommend. And every Thanksgiving, everyone has a turkey carcass if you are a carnivore lover. This is a good way to make sure that you're using all of that meat, saving money by using the product that you already have instead of just tossing it away. And not to mention the kids love it. But today I'm going to be making it a little bit differently. Usually I put some rice in there with the soup, and at the end of the day today I'm going to do some egg noodles. I'm going to make it a turkey noodle soup. I keep wanting to say chicken, but it's a turkey noodle soup is what we're going to be doing today. Lots of fresh veggies, egg noodles, and the really yummy broth that we're making right now. Alright, so my turkey carcass is almost covered. It's a requirement that you dance while you fill the pot. Add more flavor to it. It's almost time. After I get this boiling, the kids and I are going to play board games, so they're wanting me to hurry. Okay, let's take it back over to the stove. Please don't spill on me. I'm going to take this sucker all the way up to the highest setting, and I'll cover it till it comes to a boil, and then I'll take it down to a simmer and let it simmer for 2 hours. Alright guys, my soup has come to a good boil, so I'm going to reduce the heat to about, I think I'm going to take it to 3 or 4. I just want it to simmer in there with the lid on, but I want to make sure it's not a roaring boil because I don't want the meat to get tough. I just want it to kind of slowly cook and slowly fall off. I might turn it down. I'm going to turn it down to a 3, and then I'm going to set my timer for 1.5 hours. Took half an hour to boil, so I'm going to let it sit for 1.5 hours, and we'll see you after that 1.5 hours over. Alright guys, my stock is just about to finish up, so I just peeled my carrots with a potato peeler. I'm going to wash my celery and fine chop it all up, and I want about a cup and a half of both, so I'm going to prep that right now. When I dice up my carrots, I'm going to get rid of the junky parts. And then I'm going to do a larger chop just because I don't want them to get super mushy. I'm I'm not gonna do too large to where it's chokeable. I have about 1.5 cups of carrots. Now I'm going to do my celery. I obviously did a little bit too much celery. I have about 2 cups, but that's fine. No one cares. All right, the next ingredient is sage. I get sage. You know what I'm talking about, S-A-G-E. I just kind of curl up my leaves and then I just finely dice it. This knife is so dull. I would usually use my Cutco knives, but they're in the dishwasher. And I was too lazy to wash it. But now I'm somewhat regretting it because this knife is not even cutting through these leaves. Okay, so I'm gonna just mince that really well because I don't really want to have a big mouthful of sage. I just want it to be like a fine little in the soup. I'm just gonna add that to my celery and broccoli mixture. Now this is kind of a weird part, but I've read this on a couple of different recipes. I think it just adds a bit of extra flavor to the soup. You grab a couple of celery leaves and you just want to make like about a tablespoon of that as well. And then I just kind of clump that all together just like I do with the sage leaves. And add that to my mixture. The next thing I'm going to add is some Italian parsley. Just about a tablespoon of that as well. So I just grab a handful. I'm going to rinse it off and dry it really fast. Do the same thing with this sucker. I'm gonna clump it all together and dice it all up. This is obviously a bit more than a tablespoon. But guys, honestly, with soup, you can't really mess it up. So, I mean, it's pretty hard to mess up soup. This is why I prefer savory cooking more than baking, because you don't have to be so exact with your measurements. Unlike when you bake, you need to make sure that your measurements are right on in order for things to rise correctly and stuff like that. So I'm going to now drain my soup and get the meat off the turkey.
So much kitchen stuff and
All right.
so many toys.
So I'm gonna take the turkey carcass out. I just have a couple forks so I don't burn my fingers.
Dad.
All right, so I'm gonna pull that aside and get the final bits of meat off of it. But right now I'm gonna drain the stock and get all those fatty bits off the surface. I like to skim it.
What?
I'm just gonna get those carrots and all the parts that made the soup more flavorful, and I'm gonna compost those.
Oh, yeah.
Careful, careful, careful. Holy crap, holy Batman, that's hot. It takes two, baby. Okay, and stop. All right guys, so I'm taking the final meat off my turkey. I'm gonna go more for the brown meat than I am for the meat like that's on the main breastbone, because a lot of that dries out in the process, but a lot of the brown meat's still really good. A lot of the under the chest meat's still really good. And then I'm going to saute with some olive oil. If you are not dairy free, you can use butter, which I would suggest. I just put about a tablespoon of butter in there, tablespoon of oil. So I have my celery, my sage, my parsley, my celery leaves, and my garlic in here, and it smells so good. Probably more the garlic than anything. Okay guys, I have been sauteing the veggies and the garlic for about 5 minutes. So now I'm gonna do 8 cups of broth. I'm gonna do 8 cups of broth into my big bowl. This is a 2-cup measuring. So 1, 2. 3, 4. 5, 6. 7, 8. And add a couple more because I did some extra veggies, and this would seriously just be like a veggie soup if I didn't. Oh, I hurt my hand. If I didn't do any more. That seems like a good consistency. So now I'm going to bring that to a simmer, and then I'm going to add some kosher salt and clean up my mess. So I added salt and pepper to taste. On this one I had to add quite a bit of salt, quite a bit of pepper, because the turkey didn't really have any seasoning left on it. So I have this simmering, the veggies are getting soft, and so I'm going to add some ramen noodles. I get them from the frozen section at Fred Meyer, Safeway, just your average grocery store. I know a lot of you don't have those grocery stores, but you could find it at Walmart probably. So usually I add rice or quinoa or something, but today I decided to mix it up, and I'm gonna add some egg noodles. And they're big and they're frozen. So I'm just following the package instructions, bringing it to a boil, pouring them in, attempting to pour them in. Oh my god. This is the best cooking show you've ever seen. I'm gonna repeat myself. I'm not a chef. I am a mom who doesn't really enjoy cooking, but I do because my family has to eat. And I like to eat. Okay, so the instructions, oh, I threw them on the floor. Let me grab those. Okay, bring 4 quarts of water, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm gonna cook them uncovered for 20 minutes on a low simmer, and then dinner will be done. Whew. All right guys, the noodles have been in there simmering for about 20 minutes. The soup is done, so I'm gonna serve it up into some bowls and we're gonna have some dinner. I am gonna salt and pepper to taste at the end just to make sure that it's flavorful enough for me. If I would have done one thing differently, I think when I would have boiled my turkey carcass, I would have added some salt and pepper in there, and I would have added whole peppercorns. Of course, you can do grated pepper or smashed pepper. What is it called? Yeah, grated pepper as well, but I would have grabbed a couple fresh peppercorns and I would have put them in the broth to simmer just to add a little bit more flavor in the broth itself. But besides that, the soup is really tasty and I'm excited to dig in. Okay, just kidding. I forgot to add the turkey. I didn't want to have it simmer in there for 20 minutes with this noodles because I didn't want the turkey to become really tough. So I'm just gonna add that in for the last couple minutes. I'm gonna let it cook for about 3 minutes just to warm the turkey, and then I'm gonna eat it. Then I'm gonna serve it. So don't forget the turkey in the turkey noodle soup. I mean, that would just be something I would do. Babe, look at the soup I made.
Oh my goodness, that looks fantastic.
Can I see? I see.
Guys, look at that. That looks so good.
Can I see?
Smell it.
Mom. Maybe. Oh, that one's kind of good. It's kind of good. Smells kind of good.
That's right, that's my boy.
So you guys know that I've been sick for the last couple days, and I just want to show you what my house. Just want to show you what my house looks like right now. It's exploded. I mean, look at this face though. Hi, Sicky.
Hi.
How you feeling? Oh, he has a fever. Hopefully some turkey noodle soup will make him feel better.
Thank you, Mommy, for your food. But our food is healthy. So healthy that we... And it has vegetables in it. And something that has a tiny bit of sugar. And thank you for Mommy for making it. Amen.
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 Very good, Wesley.
Getting food for us. My dad getting food for me. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
What did he
Very good, Lawson.
That was so good.
Sweet.
Hey, Lawson, who got your food for you?
Mommy.
You prayed for Dad.
I prayed for you.
Okay, Autumn's turn.
Dear Jesus, thank you for this wonderful food. Amen. And wonderful dad and mom.
Aww.
And mom.
Dad and a
And brothers. And myself. And myself.
Yeah,
Oh,
self-love is important. Miller,
Hey, where's my water?
Miller, do you like it?
Someone took my water.
I think Dad took it.
Mom.
Whatever. This is so good.
Someone drink
Mommy
some.
made this soup, guys.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video if you found the recipe helpful and delicious. Make sure you comment below if you guys are gonna try it. And if you ever try cooking it in the future. I'm starving and I'm not feeling very well, so I'm gonna go lay down after this. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and we will see you tomorrow.